I will be doing a quick tank review for the Soviet Tier 2 Premium Light Tank, the t-45. You would have had obtained this vehicle for free during the Wargaming 18th anniversary during a mission that was going on during that time period. As a premium tank that is a freebie, this tank it is not that bad nor good, it is just average. You have the same matchmaking as a Tier 2. Besides that, with all of the premium tank benefits, this tank plays just like the Soviet Tier 2 T-60 light tank, so there is not much of a learning curve between the two vehicles. If you know how to play the T-60 quite well, then you can do quite well in this vehicle as well. Let's get to the vehicle stats now. The vehicle stats. Let's begin off with the firepower. You have a 45mm gun, which is quite good for its TL. You have a high rate of fire gun with a decent enough aiming time, but the accuracy it is not that great, 0.40. So you will have a problem at times getting precise shots off with this gun at times. Besides that, you have good pen and damage output per a shot with this gun. So, potentially, you can do a lot of damage with this gun within a minute if you can make use of the 17 rounds per a minute. You can penetrate most tanks easily enough with this gun if you know where to aim at the enemy tank with this gun. Loading time, it is quite good, it is 3.6 seconds, but with a good crew and proper equipment setup, you can easily reduce the aiming time and loading time by a bit more. Turret traverse is good at 34. The gun depression downward, it is good, 6 degrees, so you can hill fight with this if you must, while the gun elevation is good as well. 20 upwards. Damage per minute, it is about 800 damage, which is okay for its TL. With the proper equipment setup and a good crew, you can easily have 800 plus damage with this tank when it comes to damage per minute. Survivability, it is not that great when it comes to the hit points, 140. So that is not a lot, so you can be killed easily enough by a Tier 2 or a Tier 3 that use a high rate of fire on you, especially when it comes to side or rear. The armor on the tank here is quite good in the front. It is angled. If you know how to angle the armor well enough, you can potentially ricochet a good amount of damage from the enemy gun. I had a few matches when I was playing this vehicle. I easily blocked about 300 damage just by angling the armor well enough. The armor in the front, for the hull, it is effectively 25 millimeters plus with the angling. So just by angling by a bit to the left and to the right, you can easily increase the armor thickness by a bit to increase the chance of ricochets. Lower plate here can be penetrated easily enough if you have a clear line of sight with a accurate enough gun that can pen it. Same thing with the vision port here. This is a weak spot, just like the lower plate. The gun mantlet here, it is quite thick here, so you will have a problem penetrating this gun mantlet here unless if you have a high penning gun at this TL. Turret armor in the front, it is 35. The turret armor side and rear is the same, 35. The side armor, it is angled, so you can, in theory, ricochet rounds with the side armor if you angle it well enough. The hatch here, if you have a clear line of sight with the height advantage, you can easily penetrate the top of the tank here. Side hull armor, it is 15, rear 25. So this machine armor, it is adequately well armored from the front if you can make use of the armor. Mobility of the tank, it is okay for weighing about 7 tons. With the 85 horsepower engine, you will be somewhat mobile. Watch out for the engine fire at 20%. The horsepower to ton ratio is about 13 horsepower to 1 ton. That means when you are on flat terrain going in a straight line or going downhill, you can easily reach the 41 km mark top speed. For reverse speed, it is okay at 15. The hold reverse, it is amazing at 54. Now, the concealment rating for the tank, it is okay. 17 when the vehicle it is not moving, 13 when the vehicle it is moving. As a tier 2 vehicle, the radio and the view range for the vehicle it is not that great, at 300 meters. As a premium tank, you have nothing to research, so I will be covering the consumables, the ammunition layout, the equipment, and how are you going to be playing this freebie of a tank that you would have had gotten for free during the Wargaming 18th anniversary. Let's begin off with the consumables. At this tier, you may or may not want to use any of them. Just for the permanent effect alone, when you are not using the consumables at all at this tier, I would go with the large repair kit for the repair speed bonus, and the large first aid kit to have a reduced chance of the crew members getting injured in this tank. Besides that, it is up to you if you want to use the consumables or not on this tank. You have a good amount of ammo to use, 66 rounds of ammo, so in most of the matches, you will never run out of ammo in this tank. AP can penetrate most tanks easily enough if you know where to shoot at the enemy tank with this ammo type. APCR, it is another useful ammo type to use when you have a problem penning some of the heavily armored tier 3 tanks that you will encounter at times. APCR, it is relatively cheap, 2 gold pieces or 800 credits per a round. It is up to you if you want to use APCR rounds or not. I find most tier 3 vehicles that is armored quite well in the front. If you penetrate the side or rear armor with regular AP, you can penetrate those type of vehicles easily enough. HE, it is another useful ammo type to use if you want to. HE, it is useful against the thinly armored tanks that you will be encountering between tier 1 up to tier 3 still. Besides that, AP, it is your primary ammo type to use. Equipment. There is not a lot of equipment that you can use to improve the t-45 by that much. I would go with the enhanced gun lane drive to decrease what is already a good aiming time, and go with Fence Class 1 here to improve the crew and the tank performance by a bit. Besides that, the rest of the equipment here, it is not that useful at all, as it doesn't improve the tank performance by that much. Now, let's cover how are you going to be using the t-45. As a tier 2 tank, you have tier 2 matchmaking. When you're top tier, you can do quite well if you know what you are doing. When it gets to be tier 3 matchmaking, you can do quite well as well, as long as you play towards vehicle strengths and weaknesses while having a good map situation awareness still. Now, the roles that the t-45 it is good at. This is a front line type of light tank. So, as long as you are using this properly in the front line on the map, you can do quite well. As a very aggressive light tank on the front line, as a support tank, as a flanking vehicle, or if you must at times, you can be a decent enough medium to a short distance sniper at times. Besides that, This tank it is primarily a front-line light tank. I have one replay to show you how well you can do in the t-45. This replay, I will show you how well you can do in the t-45 when you are playing toward its strengths and weaknesses when you are top tier. This is a match in Proving Grounds to show off the damage per minute that you can do with this gun. Assuming you can hit what you are aiming at. I am playing in this match with two of my friends, Acob and Zar. Let me speed the replay up a bit so I can get to the front line quicker. I am getting to a good position here to shoot out what vehicle that is going to be coming my way. I fired blindly at one tank there while doing some damage to the medium too. The angle that I have my armor angled at the moment is I am ricocheting the PD2 rounds. So angling is quite effective in this tank when you're angling the armor well enough to ricochet rounds. I am trying to finish off the T2 medium here off. You have a quick loading time, which is nice, so you can finish off enemy tanks in a hurry if you have to. The T2 medium is having problem penning my armor. Now I did penetrate my side. With the armor in the front, how I was angling it at the time, I was ricocheting it rounds. The T2 there, I am trying to finish the vehicle off. Got 2 kills. This medium 2 is a goner. Now, me, Acob, and Zara, we have 3 kills each. The thing I like about Proving Ground when I am playing with these two people, we have friendly competition among each other. Friendly competitions is already a good thing to do, as long as everyone have fun in them. Let me speed the replay up a bit. At this point, the AIs track down the last tank on the enemy side, kill the vehicle off, and it was a win for us. This match, I did okay in. For the 3 kills that I did about 640 damage, which is quite nice. For being a Proving Ground match, I showed off the damage per minute that you could potentially do in a match. Now, let's go to the garage now to do a brief recap on this tank. Let's do a brief recap on the T-45 tank. This tank, it is just average for a premium light tank. At tier 2 to tier 3 matches, if you know what you are doing, you can do quite well in this premium light tank. As a light tank, you can use this as a crew trainer to get your times 2 or times 3 done for your Soviet light tank driver and commander in this tank at this tier area still. The T-45, you can get this tank for free if you win a match during Wargaming 18th anniversary between August 12th to August 15th. so you have a limited amount of time to get this vehicle still. Besides that, if you play toward the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses, you can do quite well in this tank. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the t-45 and how to use it properly. If you like this video, leave a like, a comment, and even follow my channel as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.